I'm going to Patrick first. Obviously, a big result for you today. 4 goals versus West Ham. Give me your thoughts on it, mate.
Yeah, like if somebody sits there and says we're back, you're lying to yourself. That was not great. Obviously, those flashes of like brilliance from City sometimes, like you're like, oh, there we go, we're doing something, but we still need a defensive midfielder, Terry, and you can see from far because the way they were ripping us apart. If West Ham was any other team, they were going to be scoring easy goals. And we even considered a goal, the one that West Ham scored, so easy. Like that's just a goal that easily needs to be defended. Josko was caught out of the wrong side of his man. And for me, I'm still on it. I'm just saying if we're serious that we want maybe to at least maybe go for a Champions League, at least have a hope in that. Even some of the games we're going to play, I think we definitely need a defensive midfielder. And this thing where Pep is saying, give me back my players, I don't think giving you back your players minus Rodri or defensive midfielder will help, because today, even Kovacic tried his best, but those moments where he was being done, just is it what's the is it Alvarez, the midfielder from West Ham, seemed like he was also having a bad day. But overall, West Ham was still going through us. And as I said, if it wasn't West Ham, if it was any other team, they're scoring a lot of goals at the Etihad today. So we still need to go into the market. I think they have to. I think this is where they're trying to just let things say, oh, when the players come back, things will be great. I don't think so. And Walker looks like we're right. His days are done again today, done so easily. He was grilled so easily by Somerville. And actually, I know that we've been given a lot of stick to Lewis, but Lewis actually looked more settled than Walker, who still seems to have just lost his pace. And by losing his pace, there's nothing he's offering. But it is what it is, man. Haaland is scoring, but I can't sit here and say, oh, we're back. I can't sit here and say this 4-1 is convincing. It is a good goal. Savio was very good, but there's still issues here, Terry. And I think, as I said, a half-decent team or a team that doesn't... Because this is what I've been watching West Ham this season. They're a good team, but somehow they have these moments where they just lapse in concentration and something happens, like what happened today. These other were beaten also recently by Liverpool. They were beaten by Arsenal. They were beaten by a few other teams. But City today were not that great. If you look at the game properly, they were not that great. We just had moments.
I agree. Listen, I agree with what you've said. Clinical finishing. Haaland absolutely at his best in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net. But if a year ago I'd have said to you, West Ham are going to come to the Etihad, have 17 attempts on goal to your 10, have 4 big chances in the game, and have 43% of the ball, you would have said I'm a liar or after a straitjacket. And that for me is any City fan saying we're celebrate the win, be happy with the victory. But I'm getting stick for saying you still concede too many chances today. And I'm thinking I'm going to only judge City under Pep by the standards they've set. And these are the games normally that you score early in, and then you have 80% of the ball for the rest of the game, and they don't get a sniff. And that's what you guys have got to aim to get back to, if that makes sense. So I do agree with everything you've said there, mate. It's an important win, but still a lot of improvement.
And did you see simple passes by players that's what they're famous for in football? Let's say like Bernardo Silva, who's good at keeping the ball, passing the ball. He was passing the ball to West Ham multiple times. Kovacic passing the ball to West Ham. Foden sometimes until he got maybe settled in the game. As I said, it was only Savio who looked like he was there to threaten and obviously try to kill off the game. But overall, Haaland was good. The link up was good. But overall, players like Akanji who are good on the ball, and players even like Ake who are good at defending, they just looked lost. Even sometimes Josko looked lost when he went as centre-back. And this guy is supposed to be one of the best young centre-backs out there. Maybe he's used to playing left-back so much, he's forgotten to be a centre-back. But I'm just saying, you're right. People, we can celebrate this 4-1. We're happy. We won at home. But we have to be very careful, because I just see there's decent teams in this league that if we don't get a defensive midfield or we don't get a better midfield structure, they can still rip us apart and they can still get draws and wins against the City team. So anyway.
I hear you there, mate. And I just want to say here to my guy, Terry, focus on Man United, your club. you say that to me whilst you purposely tuned in to a show I'm hosting about other clubs. It's a very weird thing to do, to come to a match reaction for a team that isn't Man United and moan. You know what I'm here to do. Hamza, your team won 4-1 today. Patrick was on earlier and said it was a good win, but still really concerning performance. Do you echo that sentiment from Patrick?
Yeah, it's a good win. You needed that kind of a win to improve the confidence of the players. I think winning is key. We've played well and we've lost games. I think you need to win ugly. West Ham played well. They should have scored a couple of goals. The defense and the midfield still look weak. We were giving the ball away so silly, and West Ham could have punished us. I think we have to be very careful. I know as the game grew, we became better. I think Vardy had a good game. I think Vardy had a very good game because Kudus was pocketed. Kudus didn't do anything that game. He was nowhere to be seen. Fulkrug scored that goal as an error from our defense again. But our midfield, their legs are weak. You need players who can come in and show like they can play. I need passion. I need desire. You need winners on the ball. You need young players who can come in that defense in case Akanji is not fully fit, because he's made 2 back passes. One could have led to a goal. You know, we could have been 1-0 down or 2-0 down. But luckily, it went on our side and we scored 4. City fans should be happy, but be very wary. Like today, we've got 10 days now to the transfer to Brentford away. That's going to be a tough game. And I think we need to make signings quickly, because every time a team just goes past our midfield, it's a walk in the park. Kovacic is good, but if you want to watch him closely, his pace has gone. I don't know. His pace has gone.
He's never had pace. He's never had pace. He's never had that much pace.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Yeah. We need to sign. Listen, we believe to this guy from loans. He's the guy. Bring those kind of youngsters who can fight for me, who can get me wins. You know, I need young blood that are there for passion. You know, but today Savio. Let me give credit to Savio. Savio today, 20 million still from Girona. I think 20 million pound. That's a steal. He's been criticized here. A lot of people came out criticizing him. He's already had how many assists? 3 or 4 assists and 1 goal in 2 games. That's exceptional. I think he's had more assists than Martin Odegaard. And Odegaard's a top player. He's had 4 assists. Odegaard's got 2. That's mad. And you're laughing, but that's the reality.
No, I knew you get an Arsenal shot in. That's all. I knew you get.
Foden 2025 has got more goals than Saka. Big up
You're shameless. You're so shameless.
I'm smiling.
You're so shameless.
I'm shameless. You have to be shameless, man. So you know what? I needed that win, but Brentford away. Then guess what? PSG, Ipswich away. Brentford away. 3 days later, Ipswich away. 3 days later, PSG away. Then guess what? These guys, the West London boys.
I will say. I mean, I know you got to buy. I will say this: every single one of the top 6 has got a schedule like that. So it's just you're right. You're not going to the market, but you'll get no sympathy from the rest of us when all of our schedules look like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? We're all playing lots of football, and City fans, the same with Chelsea fans, you've got the least room to moan as a football club because your clubs have put you into another tournament in the summer. So I'll be honest with you, when it comes to your 2 clubs, if I hear one fan moan about fixture congestion, moan at your club. Don't moan to the rest of us. Your clubs are the reasons you've got all these fixtures. By the way, all of our clubs are the reasons that we have too many fixtures.
I've just written here, listen, the solution I hear. I've got how many players we've got. Look, whilst you guys are talking, I'm sitting here writing the players we need to sign, doing some scouting. I'm desperate. 10 days, I need signings.
Don't it's going to be hard to sign.
Has Pep taken any of your paper from you when you hand it to him outside the ground yet? Has he taken anything?
You know what? He's looked at it because that Kusanov guy, no one knew. Terry, no one knew Kusanov.
When did he look at it? When did he look at it? Because the last time I saw it, he walked straight past you, didn't even look at you.
Guess what? They rewind something. They're on the internet. They'll probably go back and they look at that and they see Bayena's come on the list. Me and Jonathan David and me and Kusanov. Kusanov was me. So I'm thinking, where did you get Kusanov from?
Brilliant. That is brilliant. Look, I want to thank everyone who's tuned into the show. We're going to be live after Brighton versus Arsenal, so make sure you.